What if the ancient Egyptians left behind a secret code that reveals what happens after we die? What if hidden in plain sight within the hieroglyphs of the Book of the Dead are clues to a reality beyond our own, a reality that those who have passed may be aware of, but we are not? Join us as we delve into the enigmatic world of the Book of the Dead, uncovering its mysteries and exploring the intriguing possibility that there's more to this ancient text than meets the eye. Welcome to our channel, where we bring you the most mysterious and captivating unsolved mysteries of the ancient world. The Dead Sea Scrolls, hidden tombs, and lost artifacts. If these topics pique your interest, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our new videos. The Book of the Dead is one of the most important collections of texts ever discovered and has provided an invaluable resource for Egyptologists seeking to understand the beliefs and practices of the ancient Egyptians. Originally written on papyrus, these texts were commonly placed inside tombs and were intended to assist the deceased on their journey through the afterlife. However, despite its importance, the Book of the Dead still holds many secrets and mysteries that have yet to be fully uncovered. According to renowned Egyptologist Dr. Joyce Tildesley, quote, "The Book of the Dead is still one of the most mysterious books in the world," end quote. But what makes the book so mysterious, and what are some of the secrets that it holds? It is believed that the Book of the Dead was not a single book, but rather a collection of texts and spells that were used by priests and other members of the elite to guide the dead through the underworld. The earliest known copies of the Book of the Dead date back to around 2700 BC, during the Old Kingdom period of ancient Egypt. However, it is believed that the texts contained within it were the result of centuries of oral tradition, and that they may have been in use long before they were written down. In ancient Egypt, death was not seen as the end, but rather as a transition to another realm of existence. It was believed that the soul would continue to exist after the body had died and would go through a series of tests and challenges in the underworld. The Book of the Dead was designed to help the deceased navigate these challenges successfully and reach the final destination of the Field of Reeds, a place of eternal peace and happiness. One of the key features of the Book of the Dead is the use of magic spells. These spells were intended to protect the dead on their journey through the underworld and to ensure their safe arrival at the Field of Reeds. Some of the most well-known spells include the opening of the mouth ceremony, which was designed to allow the dead person to speak and breathe in the afterlife, and the negative confession, which was a declaration of the dead person's innocence used to convince the gods that they were worthy of entering the Field of Reeds. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect of the Book of the Dead is the fact that it still holds many secrets and mysteries that have yet to be fully uncovered. One theory is that there were once missing chapters or pages that have since been lost or destroyed. This idea is supported by the fact that the surviving papyrus texts often have gaps or overlaps, suggesting that they may have once been part of a larger, more complete work. Additionally, some Egyptologists believe that the Book of the Dead contains hidden meanings or secret codes that have yet to be deciphered. This idea is based on the fact that many of the spells and rituals contained within the book are highly symbolic and open to interpretation. For example, the famous winged scarab beetle amulet depicted on many tombs and papyri was believed to represent the soul of the dead person. However, some believe that the scarab beetle may have been used as a cipher to represent a specific god or concept. And by understanding the code, we may be able to unlock a deeper meaning to the Book of the Dead. The Book of the Dead provides a fascinating glimpse into the beliefs and practices of the ancient Egyptians. While much of the book's content has been deciphered and analyzed by experts, there is still much that remains unknown and unexplained. It's possible that there are still missing pages or hidden messages within the text that have yet to be discovered. As technology advances and our understanding of ancient Egyptian culture grows, we may one day be able to unlock the remaining secrets of the Book of the Dead and learn even more about the fascinating beliefs of this ancient civilization. The ancient Egyptians kept detailed records of their beliefs and practices surrounding death and the afterlife. They believed that the journey of the soul began as soon as the body died. The deceased soul was guided by the jackal-headed god Anubis through the underworld, where it underwent a series of tests and rituals. One of the most significant of these rituals was the weighing of the heart, in which the deceased's heart was weighed against the feather of truth. If the heart was found to be pure, the soul was allowed to proceed to the field of reeds, a paradise-like realm where the righteous dead spent eternity. However, if the heart was found to be impure, it was devoured by the goddess Amit, and the soul was condemned to an eternity of suffering. The Egyptians believed that the afterlife was a mirror image of the world of the living, and the deceased would need provisions for their journey. This belief led to the practice of burying the dead with food, drink, and other necessary items, such as clothing, furniture, and even servants. They also believed that the dead could communicate with the living, and families would often visit the graves of their loved ones to offer prayers, food, and gifts. The ancient Egyptians' fascination with death and the afterlife is evident in their art, literature, and religious practices. They believed that death was not an ending, but rather a transition to a different state of being. This belief was reflected in the construction of their monumental tombs, such as the pyramids and the Valley of the Kings, which were designed to preserve the bodies of the dead and protect their souls for eternity. In recent years, several intriguing theories have emerged regarding the Book of the Dead. One popular theory is that the text contains hidden messages or secret codes that have yet to be deciphered. Proponents of this theory believe that the ancient Egyptians may have encoded their knowledge of the afterlife or other esoteric teachings within the text, and that these secrets are still waiting to be discovered. Another theory suggests that there were once missing chapters or pages of the Book of the Dead that have since been lost or destroyed. This idea is supported by the fact that many of the surviving papyrus texts have gaps or overlaps, suggesting that they may once have been part of a larger, more complete work. Some Egyptologists have even suggested that the Book of the Dead may have originally been a single scroll, similar to the ancient Greek and Roman texts that were later bound into books. However, the true nature of the Book of the Dead remains a mystery, and it's possible that these texts hold secrets that may never be fully uncovered. As we continue to explore the ancient Egyptian civilization, it's important to keep an open mind about the possibility that there is still much we don't know about their culture, beliefs, and practices. The Book of the Dead is a valuable resource for understanding the Egyptian view of the afterlife, but it's also a reminder of the limitations of our current knowledge. While the ancient Egyptians may have had a deep understanding of the mysteries of life and death, their wisdom may have been lost to time. Maybe the ancients knew more about the afterlife than we do, and maybe, just maybe, the code is still waiting to be unlocked. Do you believe the ancient Egyptians left behind a secret code in the Book of the Dead? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on all our latest videos. Thanks for watching.